Okay, so today we're going to be working some attacks from the top reverse half guard position. First, let's take a look at what exactly this position is. I have Rich and Jensen here today. They're going to be helping us out. So Rich, if you could get into position here. So what you're going to notice here is Jensen has a deep grip on his collar. He's going to be using his shoulder to put pressure on him. He's going to control this leg. What he doesn't want is for Rich to be able to escape his hips away and start to make space. So this is a pretty good position he can control. We have a lot of attacks here. That's what we're going to cover today. Now in contrast, let's take a look at the standard half guard just so we can point out the differences here. So our standard half guard, what we have here is Rich's left leg is in between Jensen's leg. Same thing, he's going to be controlling, putting pressure with his shoulder, controlling with the underhook. All right, so the first way that we're going to get into the top reverse half guard is when we're standing and our opponent tries to attack us with the De La Riva guard. So Rich is going to sit up, attack De La Riva. Jensen is going to grab his back collar, drive him down. He steps around backwards and controls the knee to get into the top reverse half guard. All right, our next strategy for getting into this position is when we're trying to pass our opponent's half guard. He's going to turn to his side. He's going to trap our foot with his legs. So Jensen's going to start passing here. He's going to control the collar with his grip. He's going to step around backwards. He's going to control the knee. He's going to slide his grip in, get the shoulder into his chin, and secure the top reverse half guard. So our next method for getting into the top reverse half guard is going to be when our opponent goes under for a deep half. Okay, he's going to try to dive in and get us in a deep half so he can work some sweeps. So Rich is going to enter. Jensen's going to push his face down. He's going to control the leg. He steps over. He reaches around for the collar, shoulder in the face, and he secures the reverse top half guard. Our next strategy for getting into position is going to be from a butterfly sweep. So Jensen's going to show us. He's going to take the lapel, opens it up, passes to his other hand. He initiates the sweep. He rolls under, grabbing the leg. Comes around, grabs the collar, shoulder in the face, the top reverse half position. Okay, so this next method for getting into this position is going to be the helicopter or tornado sweep. So Jensen's going to show us. He rolls under, kicks his leg around, brings his opponent over the top. His arm is in between his legs, so Jensen's going to hop over. He's going to secure the collar grip and control the leg for the top reverse half position. Okay, so let's look at a common mistake that a lot of people make when they try to transition to this position. If I do not clear my leg, okay, if I leave my knee in between my opponent's half guard, it's going to give him control over my body. So when I try to step over without clearing my knee, he's just going to come up on top, hip into me, and take me over. We don't want that, okay? So we have to do it. It's always important. We have to make sure that we clear our knee first. So Jensen's going to show us the proper way to do that. So before we transition, we have to pop our knee up, make sure we're in a good position. This takes away his control over our knee. So then we step around, grab the collar, control the leg, and that gives us the good top reverse half position. Okay, we're going to go over some attacks now from this position. What I like to do from standing, when my opponent tries to attack his De La Riva guard, he's going to try to work some sweeps, he's going to try to sit up. First thing I'm going to do is grab his collar deep, okay, behind the head. Now I don't want him to get this hook on my foot, so I'm going to have to start stepping around. When I do that, I reach in with my hand under his heel, trapping his foot, using my bicep on the top of his foot, using my wrist on his heel. I circle around, I drive with the collar, I grab my collar as soon as I can, around his leg, and you see how I was straightening his leg out. I keep this collar, I straighten both of my legs for the tap. Just look at a couple of details here. Again, he sits up, I grab the collar. I cannot let him hook here, because if he does, he's going to try to grab my wrist here, and he's going to take me over. So we obviously don't want that. So I have to start stepping this foot around. Don't let him hook me with this leg. I reach in front, grab the heel. Okay, I use my bicep, and I'm almost kind of cranking on his foot a little bit. I start stepping around, drive the collar down. Now when I fall back, I'm not fighting his leg like this. Okay, his leg is stronger than my arm. If he wants to curl it down and bring that other leg around and close his triangle, he can do that. So what I try to do is grab my lapel, either side, okay? Now what this is gonna do, it's gonna allow me to straighten my legs. I go back, lift my hips up for the tap. Let's take a look at it one more time, full speed. Okay, so now we're going to look at a follow-up. If our opponent defends, if he reacts differently to our first knee bar attack, we're going to follow up and then finish with the knee bar. So it starts from the same position. He comes up for De La Riva. I come around, but when I go to sit down, he hips away. Okay, now his leg is not straight. So I'm going to keep my same grip. I'm going to grab my lapel. He's going to be trying to scoot away. He might try to come up. What I'm going to do is I use this collar to control him. I scoot into him. I use his bottom leg to pick it up. By pulling him into me, this straightens out his leg, and I hip up to finish the knee bar. So we'll come back. Again, I'm using the same grip here, trapping his foot so he can't pull it out. He may try to close his triangle. I can block that out. If I'm grabbing the collar, he tries to close the triangle. I just drive him back. I slide into him. I use his bottom leg to trap his knee, and I hip in for the knee bar. So look at it in full speed. And that's our follow-up attack when our opponent tries to defend our first knee bar.